Welcome. In this video, we are going to focus on another loop structure called the while loop. Specifically, we're going to look at when one should use a while loop, what are the pros and cons of using a while loop, and I will give you a few examples. Let's dive right in. The while loop has the following structure. So you give it the keyword while, and then you give it a condition, which has to be either true or false. Put a colon, and then you indent, and in here you can put your code. So the while loop is called a while loop because it'll execute the code which is indented while this condition is true. And this condition can be anything. It could be while 3 is less than 4, while name equals William, it doesn't matter. Let's see some examples. Let's use a while loop to loop through this array using an index. In a for loop, all I would do is for name in names, and then we can use the variable name in here. But with a while loop, it's slightly different. You have to say while our index is less than the length of our names. This means that the index will be able to access each element individually, but once it's beyond the length of the list, we no longer care about it. And so we want to stop the loop. So we can say name is equal to names at our index, and we want to increment the index. Otherwise, if we didn't increment the index, this condition would always be true, and we'd be stuck in something called an infinite loop. Let's see how that works. Actually, let's print out the names. So Josh, Harry, Leah, and Micah. Perfect. Now let's do something a little bit more interesting. Let's add all the numbers from 1 to 10 inclusive using a while loop. So let's create a counter. I'm going to be total, which is going to keep track of the total throughout the loop. And I'm also going to have a value, which is going to start at 1. And value is going to go from 1, then it's going to be 2, up, all the way up to 10 inclusive. So while our value is less than or equal to 10, do the following. So we're going to say total is going to equal the total plus our current value. However, we want to increment the value now so that it changes by 1 each time. So value is going to go from 1 to 10, but total is going to keep track of the sum of those values. And so after this loop finishes, we still have access to the variable total, so we can print it to the console. So let's see what the summation from 1 to 10 is, and it gives us 55. However, the true power of a while loop is being able to say run forever until a condition is met. You will often see a paradigm such as this one. While true, meaning loop forever until I tell you to stop. And so we are going to loop while our input values are both not equal to 20. And what I mean by this is, suppose we get two numbers, A and B, from user input. So A is that, and B equals the following. So we're getting two numbers A and B. And if A plus B is equal to 20, then we want to say, okay, we are stopping the loop now. And we also want to exit the loop, and the way we can do that is using another keyword called break. So break will exit a loop, whether that's a for loop or a while loop. Because this loop has no other way of stopping, break is the only way we can escape the loop. And if our numbers are not equal to 20, then we can say the following. Please make sure a plus b equals 20. And let's also print this before the loop starts so that our user knows what to do. Now let's go to a terminal and let's run this. So Python, and give it the name of your file. Please make sure a plus b is equal to 20. Alright, 4 and 7. Oops. And then it says, please make sure a plus b is equal to 20. Minus 8 and 55. Please make sure a plus b is equal to 20. So now let's do 11 and 9. And now the loop stopped because our condition was met. But in theory, this should run forever until this condition is met, and only then will we be able to stop. In this video, we looked at how to use a while loop, when to use a while loop, and why you should use a while loop. In the next video, we're going to be looking at special kinds of variables called iterables. See you then.